強の男になった感想は
って誰か乗ってる肩に乗ってるやつを殺せヌーサーどうしてこうなった
The world today is not the same as it was a decade ago. Hell, it's not the same as a year ago. The roles that we are supposed to play are jumbled and has even left some of us confused. In that sense, talking about superheroes, much less anime superheroes, seems a bit naive even by my standards. Right out the bat, I'm not holding out for an omnipotent being with godlike powers to come and solve our problems. What I will talk about is what makes one of us a hero and what is our role in the society. On that note, this is the second act with a feature on one of my favorite anime and its protagonist, One Punch Man and
趣
Saitama.
味でヒーローをやっているものだ
I'm gonna spew some garbage that you might like.
から何なんだ足
だよな圧倒的な力ってのはつまらないもんだ
Right, so on paper, a man who can defeat any villain with just one single punch should not even be in the conversation of being relatable to us, much less make someone even care about him. But that is what's so special about the creator of One Punch Man, the manga artist known to world only as One. His ability to blend the mundane with extraordinary bursts of adrenaline makes him a genius and so popular that there are over 10 million hits on his webcomic that looks like this. There are a lot of conversations about One Punch Man being a subversion of common shonen manga tropes, and that makes it endearing.
巨大すぎる俺のパワーを封印する役目を持つ鎧が今砕かれた
そうか
But the show has some of the most likable and well-rounded characters whom we have come to appreciate in just 2 seasons of its running. The world of One Punch Man is one where powerful monster occurrences are a common sight. So much so that this society has a dedicated hero association to tackle threats ranging from minor tiger class threats to god level threats that could put all of mankind in danger. To smoothly operate between these disaster levels, the hero association appoints tiers to the heroes and rank them on the basis of strength and popularity among the public, which basically means different treatment towards different heroes, resulting in power structures within the hero association. This coupled with the fact that no two heroes are same. Some are idealistic but naive like Moomin Rider, some are experienced warriors like Silver Fang, while others are arrogant and flashy like Tatsumaki. While there are a slew of other employees within the association, it does beg the question, who is a hero? Is it someone who diligently does what is asked of him? Is it someone who holds a strong image in the public eye? Is it someone who recklessly strives to keep going beyond his limit? Or is it someone who just seems to do it for fun? Saitama, when introduced to us, is in his mid-20s, has given up on finding a good job, becomes superhero because he's bored, and does this. Before becoming a hero, Saitama has no motivation left, having been rejected at yet another job interview. Disillusioned, he has no will to even defend himself when encountered with a monster who takes pity on him and leaves him be. He later runs into the boy that the monster was after and without a second thought, jumps in to save his life. His lifelong determination of being a hero who can defeat monsters with a single punch is reignited and cut to present. He is a hero who can defeat dangerous monsters with a single punch. Through Saitama's perspective, we see him living in this world he has to protect. He's at a point where there's not much to aspire for and he's aware of it. Saitama's story begins at the point where most shonen stories like Naruto or Dragon Ball Z would end. Already the most powerful being on his planet, Saitama is at a dead end and represents a more mundane nature in our personalities and the resulting depression that it causes.
恐怖も緊張も喜びも怒りも感じなくなってしまった力と引き換えに人として大切な何かを失ってしまったのだろうか
The search for a purpose is what navigates him as he squashes city-destroying monsters with one single non-serious punch and stilts his growth. So is that it? Somebody with so much power that he can destroy dragon-level monsters effortlessly. Is that a hero? Well, Not really. One shows that although Saitama saves citizens from danger, he also effectively causes citywide destruction with his own power without thinking much of it. Saitama is a hero, but for totally different reasons than brute force. What separates Saitama from other heroes within his universe and outside of it, if we look at protagonists from other anime and superhero movies, is his immense emotional strength.
派閥新人狩りランキング関係ねえじゃねえかヒーローなめんじゃねえぞ
Although he lives in a society with a legit hero association that has hundreds of heroes signed, not many show any hero qualities other than being powerful and confident.
出す価値がないこいつらは悪だ
Because Saitama is already the strongest being on the planet, he does not look at power politics and popularity the same way other heroes would. Look at this instance from season
ヒ
1.
ーローはこれらを加味して自分が出動するかどうかを判断すると思っていましたが先生には関係ないようですね
いや当たり前だろヒーローが逃げたら誰が戦うんだよ
While Genos implies threat levels being all the same to Saitama because he is so strong, Saitama however believes they're all the same because he is a hero. And although he does give in to insecurity about his rank when compared to Genos, he doesn't take a second to claim he took the credit for all the hard work of others so as to not make other heroes look weak compared to him.
いやーラッキーだった他のヒーローが怪人の体力奪っててくれたおかげですげえ楽に倒せた遅れてきてよかった
But it's not the only thing that defines Saitama. His strong sense of heroism inspires other heroes to look up to him and grow stronger. Even heroes higher in ranking and more experienced than him look up to Saitama with admiration for his sense of justice. He emanates hope for those who succumb to their doubts and question their own purpose. And because of this, One Punch Man ultimately becomes not much Saitama's story, but the story of how each of the supporting characters grows stronger physically and emotionally. While Saitama stays seemingly stagnant, his disciple Genos has a more archetypal hero's journey with strong backstory, a powerful sense of justice, and determination to keep moving forward. In fact, the whole of season 2 seems like a build-up for Genos, as he refuses to stay put in the eye of monsters stronger than him and recklessly charges in. I think season 2 as a whole does a better job than the first season in building up characters whose motivations we come to understand by pure virtue of taking the focus off Saitama. We are shown the perspective of many other heroes in the face of city-destroying threats and a legit hero hunter. There are those whose appeal towards chasing clout overrides their sense of justice, those that give up on staying human due to their lust for power, those that are flashy but with less substance, and those who have a strong heroic presence but ultimately lack any strength. And these are the qualities that the villains, the negativity, ultimately take advantage of. One makes a point that while showing up in front of danger is formidable, as long as these heroes lie to themselves or doubt themselves, villains like Garo will always come out on top. Much like when Garo battles with a score of A and B class heroes, the heroes are not there to stop Garo for humanity's sake, but for the sake of their own ranking and are blindsided. Like, there's literally a hero named King, one of the strongest heroes in the society whose mere intimidating presence and the famed King engine makes monsters surrender without even a fight. This too is ultimately played as a gag as King has no real powers of his own and is in his position only because of having been at the right place at the right time, taking credit for a lot of Saitama's work. His King engine is nothing but his heart beating rapidly with fear. I'm sorry, it's funny. But there's a deep meaning in what King's status is. Because he doesn't let his vulnerable side show and smartly stays out of trouble beyond his level, which is to be fair, every threat, he stands as an intimidating force of nature, winning half the battle. Heroes that do not have this level of emotional fortitude eventually expose their weakness, leading to their downfall.
私はトップに立つ存在になるはずだった彼女さえいなければ私まだ負けてないお家にお帰りなさい吹雪全部私が片付けるから
This is not to say Saitama reaches his peak actualized state. Being numb to feelings and otherworldly attributes like getting excited is a problem. Through his dialogue with King, one argues that Saitama claiming there is nothing more to grow towards is somewhat arrogant of him, that hoping to find happiness in throwing punches is a moot point. What Saitama really needs is friends, and to not look at every aspect in life as a goal to achieve, because when he does achieve it, he finds himself at a dead end. It's easy for Saitama's eyes to look at everyone else as ordinary people that are to be saved from time to time, but his friendship with King shows the role that us, ordinary people play. And that brings me closer to my final point. What could be our role in today's society?
さっき A 級ヒーローたちとも試合したけど弱すぎて話にならなかった。ヒーローなんて名前だけさ。職業でやってる割に。
There will always be people who will scorn at every good thing a hero does. There will always be someone who will bring them down, make them edge closer to losing it. But there will always be others who pull them up when need be.
お、なんだジェノスか。ちょっと待ってろ。あいつが俺のこと。
帰りましょう先生。
In a way, that makes us heroes too. One Punch Man tells us anyone who is driven by the spirit to help is a hero. I think I have a fair idea of the underlying theme of one's work, something that is not talked a lot about. It is how emotional strength is the only true factor in how we deal with problems, and how it's okay to be weak at moments and let the strong handle it from time to time. There's nobody even near Saitama's level, not because of his ungodly powers, but because of his unwavering mental fortitude. The world right now is not a happy place. It hasn't been for a while now, to be fair. Hatred is at its peak. Power-hungry monsters are out in huge numbers, and I, like many of you, have felt helpless in the face of injustice. I've seen people go against forces stronger than them and come out losing. What One Punch Man teaches us is that it's okay to give all your strength to those who are equipped to handle it.
助けを呼ぶ声聞こえたぜ水流よく一人で耐えたな
Lend a hand, be a friend. No one can do it alone.
趣味と実益を兼ねてヒーローをやっている
So are we gonna be spectators?
とその弟子だ
Or are we gonna come out and hold fort?